Someone just phoned me up. Oh dear, it seems to be Barry.
Yeah.
So we'll use this as our base, but we don't have to work in here, but it gives us a bit of shelter from the wind because it's a bit nippy today. Only a bit because it was whistling in through the window. Yeah, well, it's kind of the best that we have really. So maybe it's best just to keep moving. But what we'll be doing in a minute is we'll be going further down the path to the reed beds to gather some reeds. I'm assuming they're there every October, so it's going to be a bit disappointing if they're not there this year. But let's hope they are. I say that this is an environmental arts workshop. We often make reed boats in October, and this is the reason why. In the Celtic calendar does not begin in January like our Roman calendar does. It begins in November because it follows the natural cycle of a year. Now, can anybody think why the year would begin in November if it was following a natural cycle?
Because Jesus was born in November?
No, this is to do with the cycle of nature. It's nothing to do with any religious system.
Presumably everything dies.
Yeah, well, exactly. So everything's dying down in November. So what? Well, it's certainly got something to do with planting. Any thoughts? What's beginning when everything's dying down at this time?
Things start to come to life again, but you can't see them until the spring.
Well, it's almost. What's happening, of course, is the trees are dropping their seeds. So you're seeing all the acorns drop, everything's coming down. So the cycle's beginning now. We won't see any of it until the spring, because it's got to lie dormant first. But the actual cycle begins now, and the Celtic calendar follows that cycle. So the Celtic calendar ends and begins with the old festival of Samhain, which we now know as Halloween, which is the end of October. That marked the end and the beginning of a year. Now, what was also interesting about the old Celtic systems is they had various different calendars, and one was a tree calendar, and that calendar associated different trees and plants with different months. And one of the plants that were associated with October, so the last month of the Celtic year, is the reed, which is why we're here today. And the association of the reed is that the reed grows by the river, and it feels the flow, it feels the direction that the river is moving in, and it has to bend in that direction. And what that suggests is that as we come to the end of one cycle, we begin to feel the direction of the cycle to come. So we begin to get a sense of where we're going next. And we begin to feel pulled in that direction. Even though we may not necessarily want to go there, we're feeling the flow of the river. And that's why they placed reed at the end of the cycle. So we're going to make some boats out of reed. And the lovely thing about making a boat out of reed is that it can't sink, because reed always floats. So it may not stay upright, it may fall on its side, or it may turn upside down, but
it's a hollow fibre, isn't it?
It's a hollow fibre, exactly. So it will float down the river. So whatever we make today will float, unless you load it with stones. It will float. But what I'll do is I'll teach you a very simple system for making a basic boat shape, and then from there you can be as simple or as elaborate as you want. And what I imagine is we'll end up with lots of different looking boats. The first thing we have to do is we need to collect some reed, and to do that we need to go down to the reed beds, which is further down.
I'd like to know why the RA people left huge piles of slow.
Yeah, maybe that great.
This is reed then, is it?
Alcoholic slow festival. Yeah. So if you didn't know what reeds were, these are the reeds. This is what we're going to be cutting. But we only have scissors to cut them with. And we won't have enough for everybody to have a pair, so you might need to work in pairs. Somebody cut for a while, somebody collect, and then swap over, something like that. Basically, you want to cut them quite low.
Scissors?
Get a handful, cut them quite low, like that. So you get a nice long reed, so cut them quite near the bottom. And everybody's going to need a sort of fair-sized bundle, really. So a good sort of, under the arm bundle.
Where are we actually going to do the working?
We'll do it up by the where we were, up by the
So back at the
hut. Yeah, back at the hut.
Ah.
So come and grab yourself a pair of scissors. As I said, there are various. There aren't enough for everybody. There are. But also there's a. There you go.
I bought a pocket knife.
There's secateurs there as well. Better?
That's your excuse for not doing anything, is it, Barry?
No, I'm doing something alright.
You probably need as much again now, so that'll be enough for one of us.
That's enough for us, man.
Yeah, I reckon we've got enough.
Well, ask Ian, because he knows.
We've got enough there, Rose, for a destroyer.
Yeah. See what Rose has got there, that's a good sized bundle. That's kind of what we all need, that sort of that much really.
Well, each.
We're a bit competitive, so we're
Yeah, what Rose has got there.
Well, that's mine, so...
Bundle.
No, that's mine.
That's mine.
I've cut him. Yeah.
Yeah, you have been working hard, I must admit. But you're going to do it now, aren't you?
If you go, Bar, I'll follow you, alright?
These are quite easy to cut then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably need that as much as that again really, so keep going.
Keep going, Mr. Mitchell, we're halfway there.
Barry's in there. So how are people doing? Think we're getting there?
Yeah.
So if you don't have enough, you can always come back and get some more. So, but we'll just have a few more minutes collecting, and then we'll take what we got back.
Hemp.
What about
Oh, okay.
one?
I didn't know that.
How's that?
Yeah.
If you want to make, if all you want is a little one,
I knew that earlier. I know a program I watched last night.
I think they made a ship out of reeds. Like a proper seagoing ship. It's amazing, isn't it?
Outside as well, just be aware that people are going to be coming in and using the thing as well.
Doing things?
We're going to make boats out of reed, out of this reed,
And then you're going to sail down the river.
We are.
And then we sail down the river on
Wow. So we might, I was going to say, we might see you sinking a bit.
Sinking,
further up.
yeah.
Helicopters coming over, yeah.
She hasn't got any focus. Right.
See how it's done, I suppose.
Yeah, we need a demonstration.
We need a boat maker.
So, if everybody would like to come out, I'll give you a demo.
Yeah.
It is wool. The reason I'm using wool is because it's going to break down with time. Because obviously we're just sending these boats off onto the river, and I want it just to break down as quickly as possible. Really. Yeah, sorry, sure. Oh, okay. So, are we all out? Guys, do you want to come out and have a watch? Simple structure, just to give you a sort of the base of a boat. And that's all you need really to start with. You put that on the water and it will just float off. I mean, it's up to you to build on that in any way you want to make it as elaborate or ornate or whatever. And really, the way we're going to work is by using bundles of reeds. So we get some bundles of reeds and we start by just tying them together.
Are these reed boats traditionally Celtic?
I don't know. I don't know if they were if the Celts made little reed boats like this. I mean, certainly there were, going back to Babylonian times. I think people made ships out of reed.
Moses was set down on one, was he?
That was a basket of reeds. Yeah, certainly baskets.
Babylonian times. What sort of dates that? 2,000, 3,000 BC.
Yeah, that's going back really to the beginning of civilization.
The Egyptians made them too.
Yeah.
Tor had ourselves.
Yeah.
But they were papyrus reed.
Yes, reboat, I think.
2.
Ra.
Yeah, Ra 1 and Ra 2.
Ra 2, yeah. No, what it was called was Ra 1 and Ra 2.
Oh, it's been a while, yes.
Yes.
But I have a book at home on people who make reed boats. The people in Lake Chad and the people in Lake Titicaca make them too.
Yeah.
But I think there's someone in Easter Island, but I won't swear to it.
Ra 1 actually sank, but Ra 2 got right across the Atlantic.
Yeah. Well, they didn't use exactly the right technique for Ra 1. They discovered why you needed the original technique while they were a little way out.
Yes.
But it got
Sounds a bit like our raft building.
Yeah.
We did some raft building on
fell
wild
apart,
things.
didn't it?
Ah,
And one fell apart with us on it. Although we managed to stay on it, didn't we?
You did?
He went in.
Nobody went in.
what is it made of?
Made out of barrels and
Rope and
logs.
Pallets?
No, they were logs and barrels.
Darren, it was your knots, mate, of storm. Yeah. Kept us dry.
That was down at Haven Banks.
my ship sinks.
You jumped in at the end, didn't you?
Yeah, crazy man.
Well, the Baron, he's gone in.
So I'm just making a second bundle here. Is I'm just going to tie them there and there so that we can open them up in the middle. See what I mean?
Does it matter that the two butts are staggered?
No, not really.
He didn't do it on purpose, it just
No.
happened. Okay.
Okay, so we have two separate bits tied together, so we can separate them out and have them like that. What we need to do now is we need to get some cross struts to hold it in that shape, and that's going to be the base of our boat. See, so we'll get some cross struts like that. Okay. Well, yeah, so it does help if you've got a third hand. You're right. If you want to hold it, that'd be great. Yeah, this, it does come in handy if you're going to help each other out. Try not to tie Andy into the boat. Send you down the river.
Oh yeah, just sort of like crossing it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to make a start, if you've got a sense of it, you can by all means do start off.
Mate, get yourself a sailing. Get hungry out here.
Now remember, this is just a basic beginning. You don't have to do it this way. You might come up with your own way of making a reed boat. As I say, anything you build will float. It may not stay upright, but it will definitely float.
Barry, he's got the wall.
It's the reed itself. Yeah.
Stuff again?
There's one wool here, but there's a whole bag of wool around.
Oh yeah, it's all going.
Right, okay. So then what we do is put another cross strut until eventually we'll have a good solid boat structure. And then from there it really is up to you. So you might want to build like a little reed cabin on it. You might want to bring it up there at the front to make a sort of sound. You might want to put a mast in. You might want to put some sides in. You could get some. What you can do is you can get some single reeds through, so imagine this has got a few cross struts on it to hold it in shape. You can then push it through like so. And put a lot of those in, and you'll get a sort of floor. So you put a lot of those through, and you can get a floor all the way along the bottom of your boat. You could then put moss on it, or whatever you can find. You could weave leaves. But you can always share it in terms of the cargo. You know, you could put your own cargo in. Well, I'm going to talk to people about beef that at the end, but we'll make the boat first. Because the cargo is going to be personal to what we want really for the next one.
Do you know anything about rocket science?
Yeah, I don't. I'm living in the science fiction of my childhood.
I remember 2001 Space Odyssey, I'm not.
You haven't quite got there yet.
Well, no. I think that was the point I was making.
Yeah.
I was ever so disappointed when 2001 came by and we went on the moon.
Yeah.
What's that film, Point Break?
Darren's version of peace.
Point Break. Is he in Point Break?
Yeah. Is that where it comes from?
Around there now?
Yeah.
Peace with the purified power.
Separate.
And then one there, and then one down the middle. We got a little cabin, haven't we?
Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah.
Do you want to,
Yeah.
guys? Do you want to turn it on?
No, it was
Well, you
about-
can hold it.
Guys, you can remember all the details from these movies.
I've seen some amazing ones. Beautiful, beautiful things.
Yeah.
And you never know, because everyone's going to be a bit unique. And some people completely go off on their own thing and build rafts and all sorts, you know.
A central one going across the
Yeah, I
arch,
think
and
that's
then
a good idea.
Stick a W to it. We have to do
Yeah.
the middle bit, put something on there as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be more than that. You really concentrate.
It's hard to smoke at the same
Yeah.
time.
You haven't got a spare hand, have you?
No.
Wrap them round first. Wrap the string on that bit first.
Yeah, I thought that he didn't, but maybe he was just saving time.
Well, I'd prefer it if we did it. So I'm doing
Before, didn't you? You know, like a cabby.
On site.
You could make one, like a square.
Ideas.
Like so you can make
already.
4 of these. Maybe chop that, get rid of that.
Yeah.
Come back, you might even see him floating down the river. Yeah. You can have it on one side and keep the other side free.
Capturing yourself. That's why American Indians didn't used to like having their pictures taken. They didn't allow it because they thought that the photographer was capturing their soul. Did you know that?
Paulie goes into a restaurant. She turns around and said,
I've done it.
She turned around and said, "You got a reservation?" He said, "No, why do I look like a fucking Indian?"
Yeah, I like it. That'll work. Yeah, something like that.
Do something.
An armada.
What are we going to do?
Groove Armada.
Are we going to make
3 armada. Look at this. Ian's one. It's something to see. Yeah, no, you could do that. Look at that. Yeah. That's a beauty, that is. Almost ready to get in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's that other? You can play the flute or the piccolo. So the only thing I can do is just do half a song.
Okay, so who can either play the flute or the piccolo?
Well, yeah, it's got like a fluty bit in that song, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Fluty, once upon a fluty.
And then we've got to see your hopper.
Am I holding it for a second? Just going to get some more. If we
That's right, yeah.
He was just being only if you possibly.
If you put a little bit of wool around there, it'll hold that.
Not as a general rule. I don't know how I can
What are you doing now, Ian?
We're just putting in another little bring it up through there, it will do, yeah. We need a good strong
Exemplary reader.
I think they're way ahead of us.
Let's just tighten it up a bit. With some string.
We should have just done what we did with the other struts underneath instead of doing a single thing. But
yeah, each one has been hand painted.
So it just goes to the
got to dip it in the next one.
Okay, and then all these
small people coming along.
Okay. Had a myth about a boat called the Ship of Renewal. And the Ship of Renewal carries the seeds for the new world down into the underworld. So down into the darkness. And of course we're all going down into the darkness now because it's autumn, so we're coming down into winter, into the darkest part of the year. So I'd like you to think about this boat that you've made as your ship of renewal, even if you're sharing it with somebody else. And think about what are the seeds for the next cycle of your life. So what do you want for the next cycle of your life? And just have a look around in nature and find some things to represent those seeds. The seeds for the next cycle of your life. The things that you want, the things that you would affirm for the next part of your life. And we'll put those in the boats as cargo and we'll send them down the river.
It's a lovely boat.
Yeah.
Nice, the berries. There, look. So we've got lots of. I've been like, you know, like pushing them in between. So there are seeds to what? To new beginnings. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, it's new beginnings. Yeah.
So I'll go and get some more berries. Won't I?
That's a ritualistic bundle, is it?
Yeah, I want to make like a little soft bed or a nest to put my berries in.
Yes.
How much coral go there, Rich?
I'll put these two in there.
Of course you can, yeah. There you go. And that's pretty, isn't it? That's lovely. Feels like it needs something there now, doesn't it? Let's around see what else we've got. They're all unique.
That was technical, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that is something. That's a lot of read.
Yeah.
I'll have a look for it.
It's nice, isn't it?
I'm going to have a look for it.
You have a look for what you want.
Well, you could shove board between the reeds on that. Whether they did, I can't remember. I do know, however, that the Contiki rafts, when they were used seriously by the South Americans, they used to put a bunch of dagger boards between the logs, and they used it for steering, but they could actually sail on closer to the wind than the European ships. So they were good. And it was just which way is the wind blowing? There's
now
it's blowing offshore.
the last thing we need to do before we finish is you need to name your boat. So we need a name for your boat. The things that we want to
Well, it's got to endeavour or
because there's an old Babylonian myth about the ship as renewal, which kind of proceeds for the new world, new world down into London.
She looks great at the helm there, doesn't she?
Now, if your boat's finished, can you take it out and put it to one side because we've got to clear up the space here. So move the boats out of the way and then we can see what we've got to clear up.
Well, it's been to bring a broom, a dustbin brush,
Now we are going to take all these out. Blow them back into the bank.
See the smoke?
Yeah.
Blowing out.
So what we'll do is we'll walk down, we'll follow that sort of cobble path down to, down to the river. That's quite cose to the sea. The wind coming in this direction as well. Just wait until everybody's here. One by one.
This is where they were coming. One summer. Wonderful.
Send you off down to the river in your boat. Nice gentle current taking us out to the river towards the sea.
Yes.
And the wind is coming off the land, so hopefully it will take the boats. We can't now until we try it. What I'm going to ask people to do is just, we'll launch these one at a time. I'd like you just to tell us again what the name of your boat is, and also if you want to share anything about the cargo, what it is you put in for the next cycle of your life, then there's an opportunity to do that. And then take the boat down to the water, lay it in the water, and we'll just cross to the river to take it away. Nina, you coming? She needs a hand over the stone. Hand up first there.
You go ahead. Well, you can be our captain.
Okay. Can you just tell us what it's called, Dan?
Right, I named the ship Endeavour.
And anything about what's inside?
I bless all those that sail in her, including blackberries, redberries, and ivy leaves.
Fantastic.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to sink.
No, it won't. Just lay it down flat. It will go. There you go. God bless you, Endeavour. May you be successful in all your endeavours.
And it's got redberries and black currants. No, yeah, and black currants and red currants in it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Voyage.
Well done. Voyager. Enjoy your voyage. Andy, do you want to launch us?
Yeah.
Voyage is out there.
This ship is called Salamander, and we trust that it will perform as well as can be expected.
Nice.